Hi, I'm Edgar Lomelli. I'm a 22-year-old college student that's a film major with a concentration in directing. In a few weeks, I'm about to be graduating directly into a pandemic with a film degree, so things could obviously be better. I also have autism and severe anxiety, and the reason I mention that is because in the past year, I haven't been able to work because I've been too afraid to even leave the house. So it's been very infrequent that I've left. Only like a handful of times every 2 or 3 months or so, I can say. And because of that, I haven't been able to get a job and have a source of income. And because of that, it's been really hard to build a home studio, which is what this GoFundMe campaign is about. I don't have a really good, if any at all, studio setup currently. I'll show you a clip of what I have actually right now. So my setup is a chair and a green screen hung up by two magnets up there, and I'm recording all this with my phone because that is actually the primary camera I use. Actually, the only camera I use, in fact. Because of that, I have a phone tripod for when I'm recording other things. But my current one for now is this ring light with the phone mount on it because that is my primary light setup for this. Here's a blue snowball I use for other backup audio since I've had it since high school, which I plug into that laptop I got a few years ago for school. And for audio, I now recently got this lav mic, and that plugs in directly to my phone. And yeah, so as you can see, it's not ideal, but it's something to work with. You're watching this video on my YouTube channel, most likely, so yeah, you can just, if you want to check out my stuff, you'll see kind of what I'm trying to go for, but I just don't have the means to do all that I want. Everything costs money. I mean, quality doesn't come cheap, so I have a very minimal home studio setup, and with this campaign, I was hoping that I could have people donate towards me being able to build a proper studio of my own. And one of the primary reasons for this is because being a directing concentration, I never expected to get jobs immediately coming out of school, but a lot of typical entry-level jobs you'd get in the film industry are very limited because of the pandemic, so a lot of things that I personally would be able to do would have to be remote. And one thing, for example, a good remote job is editing. And because of that, I want to have the most professional editing possible to help advance my career. And then once all of this is over and everything's fully back to normal, then I could actually work on sets. But before that, already having more to my resume by doing editing and from home stuff, So that's one reason I want to have a professional studio. And two is because you're, like I said, watching this on my YouTube channel. So as you can see, I'm quite passionate about just always creating things. And so I'd want my YouTube channel to be of better quality. And this would come from better gear, better audio, better rendering abilities. And so I would like to break down for you the cost of why it's $2,000 that I'm asking for. I know it's a lot, but the first thing I would want to get is a powerful PC, because I'm currently working on a laptop that's a few years old and technology is outdated very fast, so I already need to upgrade it. And a $1,500 range PC would be good enough to be able to have something powerful enough that could render 4K footage, and just stuff like that. Make the editing process a lot easier, more professional. And the remaining $500 would go towards recouping costs, because I used the last of my money to buy things like the green screen, the ring light, tripod, things like that. So because of this, that would be what the $2,000 cover. And if for whatever reason I do get more money than $2,000, then it would go towards things like Adobe Creative Studio costs. Other things would be sound canceling stuff to put around walls and stuff to make the audio be more condensed and sound a lot better. And if it goes beyond that, then hell, I'd love to use the money to be able to move out and be able to work in a space of my own and be able to put whatever I want wherever and create a proper studio that's even more professional than what I could pull off here in my parents' basement in the middle of a pandemic. And yeah, so that's my proposition. Even if you're just watching this video and don't want to donate or anything like that, thank you for taking the time to listen. Thank you for even sharing this campaign. That would mean so much to me. And if you end up donating, that would mean more to me than I could ever describe, because I know things are tough for all of us right now. I am absolutely not an exception to the rule. It's just I'm struggling a lot, and I don't like asking for help, so this is a lot for me, and it's one of the few options I could think of, because I genuinely cannot get a job and by normal means of going out and working physically. So, and my options for working from home are quite limited for the profession and my background. So it really would mean the world to me if I'd be able to get a proper editing setup going, so I could open up more opportunities than what's currently possible for me. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you for anything you can do for this campaign.